Alright, budget magic time. White-black Aristocrats in modern. And we'll keep this. Watery Grave, untapped. And opponent passes. Well, Concealed Courtyard. Let's just lead on the Doom Traveler. Pass the turn. Does not look too threatening. Oh, Living End, eh? Well, there is a bit of good news. Let's get in. Our good news is Viscera Seer is kind of a natural counter to some extent to Living End. Because we can sack our stuff, get it back from the graveyard as well. Fatal Push is not looking too good. Fulminator Mage, really bad for us. This should be a good matchup, but if we don't have lands, we're going to be in trouble. Not a land. Well, let's get in. And pass the turn. We needed to get down a Blood Artist. Still think this should be a really good matchup for us. At least pre-sideboard. Post-sideboard, once they get Leyline of the Void, things get worse. Sack Doom Traveler. Get a Spirit. There's a Swamp. Alright, put that on top. Play a Swamp. Play a Blood Artist. And do some attacking. Alright, there's Violent Outburst. There's Living End. So we sack our Spirit, drain our opponent. Let's put Cartel Aristocrat to the bottom for now. Sack our Blood Artist, drain our opponent. I don't know what we're looking for. Not Ghost Quarter. Sack our Seer. Not Inquisition. Alright. Everything comes back. Opponent's going to target themselves. Alright, pestered. Another land for our opponent. Yeah, all these fatal pushes are not ideal. There's a big attack. So let's just block and sack Doom Traveler. I think we just want a black source. Alright, we'll keep Swamp. Swamp is good. That lets us Viscera Seer and Cartel Aristocrat. Hardcast a Shriek Maw. Well, we want the black source anyway, so we'll let that go. Drain our opponent. Play a Swamp. Play Cartel Aristocrat. Play Viscera Seer. And pass turn. Now we want a Lingering Souls, I think. Opponent goes attacking. Let's block a Shriek Maw. Sacrifice a Viscera Seer. Drain our opponent. Pro Black. Kills the Shriek Maw. Drain our opponent. Down to 8. Yeah, we're like a Lingering Souls away from kind of just winning. Dryad Arbor. And Fulminator Mage. Another Swamp. We'll play the Swamp. And pass the turn. We might be able to just win by grinding our opponent out here, actually. Opponent. Attacks with everything. So let's block here, block here. Sack Viscera Seer. Drain our opponent. Pro Black. Fatal Push. Dryad Arbor. Drain our opponent. Fatal Push Fulminator Mage. Drain our opponent. Dies. Drain our opponent. Land for our opponent. There it is. That's Lingering Souls. We should attack first, though. Let's attack with Cartel Aristocrat. Lingering Souls. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! We ground it out. And sideboarding, Living End. Maybe Judge's Familiars over Doom Travelers. And try it like that. I think if our opponent doesn't have Leyline of the Void, then we're in really good shape. If our opponent does have Leyline of the Void, it's going to be a lot harder. Opponent's mulliganing to find the Leyline. Down to 5. Down to 3. Down to 2. We get the freebie. Opponent mulliganed out of the game. Yep. So much for Leylines, our opponent says. So normally I would say, oh, we probably don't want to include that. Our opponent mulliganed to 0, but this wasn't I had a bad hand, I mulliganed to 0. This was a tactical mulligan. Our opponent made the calculation that to beat our deck, they needed Leyline to the Void, or else they probably couldn't beat our deck. So they chose to mulligan as far as possible to find it, never found it, and we get the win. Sweet! This deck is actually really solid. Really good. Yeah. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, take a second and click that like button down below. It's a great way to help support the channel for free. And you can find the next video in the playlist right here.